Oh, looks like Jamari uploaded. I guess apparently the situation with David or so is a lot worse. Apparently. So we can check out and see what Jamari has to say about it. Because usually some of these other, usually the early commentators, I usually kind of wait. Kind of like wait. Yeah. Well, it's D4vd. That's how you spell it, David. I guess that's just like his rapper music or his rapper name or whatever. I have no fucking idea. I don't know anything about this guy. All I know is that basically, a body was found in his Tesla. So he's like, apparently he's the suspect number 1 or so on the disappearance of a girl. So yeah, even though I have not played, I haven't really, I wasn't really like a Battlefield 6 player, but I did play Battlefield 3. I still have to say that, there are some things that I like about Battlefield compared to, Call of Duty, because as someone who plays only objective based game modes, it's kind of annoying to having to have those certain teammates who only go after for kills, even though we're trying to win the game in general. So that's like one of the things, that I hate the most. Did all the Grand Prix build, Mickey Mouse build coming soon? Yeah, I'm gonna ban your Mickey Mouse build. That's what I'm gonna do in a second. Let's see, what's been happening? Is there new development on this?
Last week, I had made a video about the ongoing situation with music artist David and how he had potentially ruined his entire career and life due to his potential involvement with the missing 14-year-old girl named Celeste Hernandez. David went from
14-year-old girl? That's already a red flag immediately.
Of gaming and streaming fame to becoming an internet superstar musician with his songs trending all over TikTok. And for more information on his rise, you guys can check out my last video on this topic. But today I have updates for you guys, including more evidence that makes David look even guiltier than he did before. I told you last time that when they found the dismembered body in the back of his Tesla, that he tried to completely ignore the situation and continue with his countrywide tour that he was on at the time. But now the situation has gotten to a point where they had to totally cancel the rest of his shows, and his label Interscope has also pulled all marketing and promotion on him amid this investigation. And as reported last time, he was complying with the authorities, but the police have still not publicly listed him as a person of interest, and based on the evidence I have, David has still been extremely active online, even as recently as yesterday. So let's start with the fact that people had been calling David out with these Epstein EDP rumors since last year. Although he went back and turned off his comments on this specific TikTok.
Already turned off the comment sections, huh? Definitely doesn't make you look sus whatsoever.
Someone had left a comment as early as February 2024 saying, "Waiting for LAPD to get your ass for messing with a 13-year-old girl," on a TikTok that he had captioned, "Me to everyone I tricked into thinking this was a love song." And even back 2 weeks ago when the body was initially discovered, a Reddit user had commented, "This guy is a PDF from what I've heard. My sister, who is now in 9th grade, told me that he was dating an 8th grader, let's just call her C." And she would go,
"What? Bro, an 8th grader is not even Actually, hold on. Is that This is in the US, so it's a little bit different. So, what age are you in 8th grade, America? 13 to 14 years old. Jesus. No, I've never heard of him either, so you're not the only one, so.
On trips with him to LA. They're all in 9th grade now, and it turns out C's friends knew and he would pay them to keep their mouth shut. C has been missing for over a month now and no one knows her whereabouts. Definitely something strange going on. Which does line up with photos of David handing what appears to be teenagers a brown bag and also a stack of cash. There was also a clip that resurfaced where David appears on stream with who people are saying is Celeste, and the girl in the video says something very strange.
"I media trained you."
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's
bye.
been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything goes. Everything.
So he tells his moderators there to straight up delete everything. Also, pay attention to the chat, as his fans literally joked about him going on an Epstein flight. They also talk about a David and Celeste Island trip, while also saying that he is both cancelled and cooked. Someone also released a video from one of his concerts where he plays this unreleased song where David says this.
About the love when I'm with you, 'cause I be breaking it all the time. And I don't really mean to cause no issue. But I need you to know that I need you to know.
I mean, come on guys, it was like this guy was addicted to dry snitching on himself in his songs and his music videos. And in a song called Decide that he released back in 2022, you know, back when this girl Celeste would have been 11 years old, David sings, I know what the problem is, save your tears, 7 years, I know life is complicated. When obviously in 7 years from then, she would have been of age.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying, why are you saying that like you're not like up there, gang?
Well, I'm not there yet, but
Okay,
hopefully
okay.
it's like even crazier next
Okay.
year. And then I'm going crazy year after year for the next 3 years. And then on the 4th year, I retire. And on the 5th year, I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone.
That's kind of sus. I ain't gonna lie, to be honest.
In 5 years, I'm gonna be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro.
on,
You'll
bro.
have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah?
You can pull up on every
What's the
yeah.
secret code? Give us the first two numbers.
Absolutely
Of the secret.
not.
Now 5 years from that clip would also be when Celeste would be 18 years old. There was also rumors that the two of them even shared a Spotify playlist together, and there was a video from June 27th of last year where it looks like someone is sneaking her backstage at one of David's shows. Now that looks to me like the body language of someone who is trying to be hidden. And it really does make me question, like, how many people were complicit in this cover-up? How many people knew that David was running around with this underage missing girl? Because even in his Discord, it's quite apparent that some of his fans kind of knew what was going on.
And I had the idea to kind of make this first music video introduce a character that I had been kind of ideating for a really long time. That's why you see him with the blindfold and the bloody shirt aesthetic and the bow tie. I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga, and I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Itami, which means pain in Japanese, and he wears his blindfold and he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga.
When I think myself as an evil person, I just think myself as an evil villain. That's about it in my stories. I don't think myself as like a weird alter ego of like you know, I kind of like for me, like, you know, I kind of like just when I self-insert myself into a story, I take my shit up to 11, you know, and like, you know, because I like playing the villain roles most of the time, so I just kind of like turn into a villain, and that's pretty much it, you know. Yeah, the way how he's saying these words is a little bit sus, especially what he's been up to, you know. So I don't know, man. I never think of myself like that, you know.
Went like I was a detective, and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective.
What am I listening to? What is this?
I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself.
Dude, that is
He's
so
holding the knife with the bloody
sus.
thing. You got the girl who's basically like the ghost of the person that he killed. Was his first victim in the manga.
What the hell am I listening to? What? Can't be me. Can't see myself doing mean things or evil in my dreams. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you do.
Other than that, internet investigators found an old video of David cleaning someone's shoes, captioned, "I clean people's shoes as a side hustle, by the way," and then they also found a picture of the girl Celeste sitting on a bus with the very same Jordans. And things would only get creepier when a now deleted user in his Discord server, who people suspect was Celeste, shared a photo where she has a David tattoo on her ring finger which dons a wedding ring. The same
What?
user also shared what appears to be her and David backstage laying down together, and in this alleged screenshot, David even claims that he and the deleted user have a kid on the way back in July of 2024.
What?
Which people obviously speculate could be the very reason that she ended up losing her life. And keep in mind, guys, at this time, all
So
the
disturbing with potential context, man could be talking about his true self. It could be, to be honest. That's what it kind of feels like, you know? Yeah, like for me specifically, like I just like I don't do stuff like this. Like, oh, I made a story or so where like I have a demon side who comes out and like does crimes and stuff like that, and I become the detective or so, you know, and solve that thing. No, it's kind of weird. I'm like no, I made this like fantasy world or so where I'm like one of the villains or so from the dark side or so, and I'm just kind of like, you know, I do this and I kill people in the, you know, in the story in general, you know, because I'm like a dickhead, you know, so.
the information I'm
That's
sharing
pretty
in
much
this
it, you
video
know?
is pure speculation, and technically it is innocent until proven guilty, no matter how bad it may look. There was also old chats dug up where David says that he was addicted to watching videos, and to me, with some
Okay. All right.
of this, it's like, at what point do they really consider like shutting down Discord or having a much heavier moderation system on that? I just really feel like every time some sick shit is happening, Discord is always involved as the means of communication. Now, to get back to
Well, Discord is the one that just provides the platform. People who open up a server, that's their thing or so, you know? It's the same thing with the whole Reddit thing at the end of the day, you know? Reddit is just a platform, but then those people who moderate the platforms have to moderate the platforms, though. But, I don't know. I'm just saying, that's like my own personal opinion on the situation itself. Shame on the allegedly potential people that took the bribe from David. Yeah, I'd be curious to see if that's what they did too. On top of that, just like our Discord server, is something. All right.
the evidence, back in January of last year, David had posted a video on TikTok in which a user says, "Please adopt me, I need it." And David tags an account with the username 09-07 and says, "Should we?" And I want you guys to just take a wild guess whose birthday was on September 7th, which is also the very same day that David released his song Romantic Homicide, which,
What?
like I told you last video,
Whoa, dude. That's fucking weird, dude. That's one of the lyrics too from the verse. Oh, that's weird, man.
was the disturbing imagery of a body being thrown into the trunk of a car. I mean, it's like all the dominoes are falling, all the evidence is lining up
What?
against David. I don't really know what more people need to see. He also made this video in 2024, when your car declined to therapy and they bring in that one Hello Kitty girl that you met in 2021, and apparently this girl was known for her love of Hello Kitty. There are alleged Instagram story leaks from her where she has Hello Kitty Crocs on and is potentially talking about David's Hello Kitty doll. From the same Instagram leaks, people found her wearing a bracelet that matches this photo of a hand on David's face, and they also found her purse in the background sitting on the couch of one of David's TikTok videos, with the same two keys you see there on the strap, and there was even speculation that David got the license plate on his Sprinter van changed to match her name. And
Right. Fire writing, bro, is a detective solving a case but find out that the murderer is him, but with personality disorder. Let him cook. Okay, buddy.
And people also found some alarming reposts on his TikTok page, where there are jokes about ending your girlfriend's life for talking to other guys, and being
What?
so jealous about stories from her past that you blow her brains out.
What?
Like, David, what past are you talking about? Like back when she was in elementary school on the playground, you sick bastard? And here is where things get even stranger to me. Like I said, the police had not listed him as like a person of interest or even a suspect.
What?
And like I said, there is evidence that David has been online as recently as yesterday. Some of you may know that David was really close to a lot of the biggest streamers online. Him and this guy Jason had even made a song together that has now been taken off YouTube. And this streamer Lacey revealed that David had been watching his stream only 3 days ago.
David was in the viewer list on my stream and he just unfollowed me on Twitch.
Eh?
Is that, like, that's fucking creepy, no? Like, look, there's a blank for where the following was.
And just yesterday, he was tracked on Fortnite playing several matches of the casual reload game mode on his account. So I don't know, it's like the guy's whole life could be at stake and he's out here just running Fortnite, like living freely. I mean, something about that just sits so wrong with me. Like, why is this guy not behind bars? I mean, honestly, this sick might be sitting back loving the attention, because since this whole situation went viral, he's been breaking his own streaming records, because obviously a majority of people had no idea who this guy was before this happened, and also people want to see the potential dry snitching that he was committing in his very own songs.
Run away from home again, carving these notes into bloody arms.
You know, at this point they have held a bit of a memorial for the girl Celeste. Her brother has also spoken out thanking people for their support, and obviously the whole situation for her family, whether she had a rough home life or not, has just been absolutely tragic. Either way, the situation just keeps getting darker, things just keep stacking up against this guy David. I mean, at this point I'm really just interested in knowing how many people were complicit with this going on in the background,
Yeah.
how many people were helping him sneak around this girl, and how many people might have David actually paid off, because obviously this whole thing has become just beyond disgusting. And it's really just one of the crazier stories that I can remember in recent time, but y'all let me know what you guys think about the situation down below. As always, I also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing.
Well, hopefully this guy gets put behind bars. Yeah, we saw an earlier video too, but I'm like I feel like this is not the end, you know? And usually if they come out with another video later down the line, that means there's been updates and more questionable things that has happened in the... Oh man, dude. The feds move slow and quietly when they are building a case to really hammer someone. Well, it's like, well, you found a dismembered body in the guy's car, so especially if he's the only one that lives in that house. Wait, also on top of that, right? If she went missing for quite some time and he was with her, right? Wouldn't the quote unquote the dude be calling her so that she went missing? And if he didn't do that, then he is, you know, someone that you might be interested in on the disappearance of her. I'm just saying. Because they look like they both really, really loved each other. So... as someone, you know, you would love someone, you know, if they disappear from you, you would do anything, right? To find out where they are. Right? There's been other rappers that have been thrown into jail quickly while the cops were getting evidence. Something ain't adding up here. She's already officially missing. Remember, she ran away from home. So when did she ran away from home? Let me see. I know the Oh, what the fuck? Last seen was April 5th of 2024. Current age is 13. It's still kind of sus, in my personal opinion. Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Last seen on Lake Elsinore, California. Lake Elsinore? Where's that at? Oh, that's interesting. I know some countries, when a missing person missing for that long, the cops will treat it as death. Instead of giving cops info about her being missing, this man, David, has been dropping Easter eggs of potential crimes. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. There's a lot of things that are stacking against him, to be honest. So hopefully this guy gets put behind bars because, yeah, he just took the life of a young, what is it? I guess a young 13-year-old, I guess. Yeah. Young 13-year-old, almost about to be 14 years old. So, yeah. When they discovered her, she would have been 14 or 15 years old. I see. Yeah, something... Yeah, something isn't right here, though, so... Well, whatever it is, I hope... Well, we'll see what happens in the next coming days to see if he's get penalized. I assume there's probably going to be more updates onto this case in general, so... We'll keep tabs on it and see what's going on. Definitely, there's a lot of sus things, especially the song, the lyrics of certain songs in general, the pictures, the Discord messages, all of this other stuff, all this, like, shit that's coming out or so is kind of a little bit sus in general. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And hopefully this guy gets the punishment that he needs, because it's kind of obvious, you know? There's a lot of things seem to be pointing that it's him at the end of the day. The last person he was with her, you know, ends up in literally in his trunk, dismembered. So, you know, yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's the end of the video, and peace.